Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to use Google Forms. Google Forms is a format built into the Google suite of softwares that's an internet-based service. So how you would get to that is that you would of course need to have a Google account. Most people of course use like Gmail for their personal email addresses or for business or so on and so forth. And then you can click here under their suite of different applications that are available under the Google moniker. So Google Drive is what houses the forms or documents that you would create. And so that's where we actually want to go. So we're going to go ahead and click Drive. And then upon clicking Drive, you're going to go to Create. And then as you can see, there are several different, again, documents, whether it be a drawing, form, spreadsheet, presentation, or document. Again, I'm going to click Form for our intents and purposes here. And once you click that, it's going to immediately bring you to the startup page in which you can choose a title and theme of your form. There are some defaults here. Of course, your blank default, which has no frills or anything like that. But then you also have some other options if you want some picturesque backgrounds and so on and so forth. So how we're going to do this today is that we're going to actually go ahead and name the form Grad Party. And we're going to do that in honor of being a Full Sail student. And then as you can see, if you click on each individual, the selected one becomes highlighted in blue. So we're going to make sure that's on default, and then we're going to click OK. Upon clicking OK, we come to the screen in which we're going to actually input our information. And of course, your standard file, if you bring that down, it gives you an opportunity to make a new one, open, rename, copy, so on and so forth. Edit it by going forward or backward in what you just did as far as deleting or re-adding that particular function. Gives you an opportunity to do some views, what you want to insert into it. This is going to be where your responses are going to pop up, and we'll get to that later where we'll be able to see that in the end. These are some other tools, a script manager and editor, help functions that you can get to in order to figure some things out. So our first question is going to be, where would you like to go? Okay, and just to explain a couple of other things here real quick. The helper text is so that you can kind of give the user a hint of what they're supposed to put there. Question types, there are multiple. So as far as the answers would be a text or paragraph text, multiple choice, check boxes, choosing from a list, scale, grid, date, or time. And then once you do that, for our options today, we're going to go ahead and say choose from a list. So we're going to put in the beach. And then we're also going to select in a ballroom. And then our third and final choice is going to be at Disneyland. Okay. And then if you want to require the question, meaning they can't skip it and not answer it in order to gather results, you make sure that that's checked. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then you go ahead and you can click done. Now there are some advanced settings as well, into which it would shuffle the options of these, but that's really unnecessary because it's not a test. It's just a questionnaire figuring out what a student would like to do. So we'll go ahead and close that up, and then we'll go ahead and click done. As you can see down at the bottom, it does say that confirmation page, it's asking, it's telling what they're going to receive once they're finished, once confirming that they've actually completed the form. So we're going to go ahead and add another item. And this particular question is going to be, what size t-shirt? And in this one, we're going to allow them to put in a text. So our helper text would be, let's see, so medium, large, extra large, 2XL, and then of course 3XL. So to give them a helper into what that would be. And then as you can see, it says their answer here. And then as if you needed to change it, you would get the different functions here, of course, that's going to allow you to actually change what their input is going to be. But we're going to go back to text, and we gave them that helper text here. So let's go ahead and make sure we put input so that they know they're putting that in. And then again, it's a required question because we want to know what size shirt they need. Then we're going to go ahead and tap done. Okay, so as you can see under our grad party, we have where would you like to go and what size would you like. For argument's sake, we're going to go ahead and add one more question. Let's say what color. And we're going to give them a couple of different options here again. So we're going to also again choose from a list, which would be black and white, orange and white a la Full Sail, and then lastly orange and black. Okay. Again, it's a required question, so we're going to go ahead and tap done. So if everything looks appropriate, we've got where would you like to go, what size would you like as an input, and what color would you like the shirt to be. Let's go ahead and look at the top here real quick. This is where you can turn the survey on and off to accept answers or not accept answers. And then this right here, if we click, let's see here, view responses, then it's going to break it down and tell you how exactly did they answer the question. So, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and send the form. Then what happens next is you get a link in which you can put that in an email or put it on Facebook or any of the other options in order to share, send it to them, I guess also possibly via text, so on and so forth, or you can send it directly through email. So we're going to go ahead and click, just for argument's sake, send it to myself. And since I am the one that actually completed it, and if I back up to my drive and then go to the grid again and click Gmail, that should be in the box. Okay, so from me, grad party. And then, so let me go ahead and choose. I'm going to go to Disneyland. I wear a 2XL. And then what color I would like would be the traditional orange and white. So let's submit it. And then it tells me that my response was sent, and that's what we saw at the bottom of that form. So again, if we go back, as you can see right here, their response was recorded. So at that point, also if you look at the top here, because we were back in the form under responses, we can view those. And voila, we have a timestamp of when it came in, where would you like to go, what size would you like, and what color. All right. So as you can see, Google Forms is a great way to gather information. You also could get this set up into which you could get a graph charting the response in percentages, so on and so on and so forth with that. And that's going to be in this this response area as well. So you can get a summary of the responses. As you can see, there it is. All right. And that's how you complete a Google form.